morning and welcome everyone. I want to thank you so much for jumping on our coffee talk, our little chat this morning. This is how it is going to work. We have four presenters, three beautiful ladies that do this business with me and have been with me for quite some time, and they have just really exploded and expanded their businesses. Everybody kind of gives a little bit of a different viewpoint or perspective because we all come from different walks of life, different areas. There's lots of things that are different about each and every one of us, but hopefully you can see a little bit of yourself in some of our stories as we go throughout the presentation today. The main thing that we're talking about is, you know, how to do this thing called coaching. And so we host these once a month. And the reason for that is because most people don't understand what being a Beachbody coach is all about. So this is how it's going to work. We're going to fly through the information. It is kind of a lot of information, but at the very end, what we ask you to do is to get in touch with the person that invited you to this coffee talk and reach out to them and see what your next steps are, or if this is a good match for you, because we know that business isn't necessarily right for everyone, and that is a-okay, totally cool with us. The most important thing is that we want to help as many people as possible, and the only way we can excel our businesses is to make you successful. So if this is something that you can kind of see yourself in even a little bit, then we encourage you to give it a shot, because it is such a huge reward for such a small investment. So we're going to start off today by going through introductions of our presenters. And I'll start first I'll introduce each one of these presenters to you as we go. And then we're going to dive into the information about what it really means to be a Beachbody coach. All right. So the very first person that I would like to introduce is Sally. You are unmuted. If you can kind of tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, thanks so much. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Sally Garcia, and I am a single stay-at-home mom. I have two children, and I am able to be home with them and not have to put them in daycare. So that is a big, huge plus for me. A little bit about why I became a coach. I wanted more accountability for my fitness, for my health, to stay on board. You know, I do love Shakeology, and that was one of the reasons why I just wanted the discount first. But I love it. And my kids also love it. And we've learned so many different ways to not just drink it, but to make little things with it. Being coach has helped me in more ways than I could ever imagine. I know that I'm more than average, and this business has made me feel like I can do a whole lot and be exactly what I was created to be. So I don't know, I have more time with my kids now. So basically that's me in a nutshell. I am home with my kids. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I never imagined being a single mom and being able to just live my life to the fullest, like taking vacations, going on trips. It's summertime, and my kids have mom to be able to shuttle them around all over the place. So yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. And I'll share a little bit about my story with you guys as well. I joined the business back in 2008, and the reason that I decided to come on board is I was looking into filing for bankruptcy. I was over $50,000 in debt just in credit cards. I was $150,000 upside down on my house, upside down on 3 different vehicles, by another probably at least $50,000 there. And I literally didn't see a way out. I was working full time. If you guys are familiar with Chalene Johnson or her previous company, Powder Blue Productions, I was vice president of that company. Then on the weekends, I did fitness presentations, teaching people how to do turbo kick and plyo and hip hop hustle and all of that stuff. And then of course I taught my own classes, and I was doing personal training and working a little bit part-time for my mom and dad, like, you know, just trying to make ends meet because I was so much in debt that I didn't see a way out. And so that's when somebody said to me, you know, you should look into the Beachbody opportunity. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm already working 60 to 70 hours a week. How can I possibly fit anything else in? But then someone told me a couple of things. Number one, you can build full-time income working part-time hours. Number two, it is 100% up to your personal efforts what you get out of it. So if you put in 110%, you will get out 110% financially. And then the third thing is, somebody told me that if you just have reached the base rank, an average, if you can get about 8 people into your business, into your organization, the average earnings of somebody with that kind of a business is an extra $20,000 a year working part-time. I don't know about you, but a part-time job, $20,000 a year. And I thought I could at least be average. So I'm going to give this thing a shot. And within 2 years, I paid off all the debt. And within 4 years' time, I was making 6 times with my Beachbody business, 10 hours a week, than what I was making with all my other jobs put together previously. So that's kind of my story. And, definitely got into it for the financial side, but hey, the accountability for the fitness and the health, and making sure to keep my weight in check. I just had a baby 7 weeks ago. And so that has all really worked together as well. So I love it. Now my husband and I don't work full time. We both work about 20 hours a week. We work from home. We are able to be here with our kids. We bought a house in Laguna Hills, which ain't cheap, people. Put in a pool, paid cash, no debt. It's fantastic. And so that's a little bit of a snippet of what is possible with a business like this. So now I'd like to turn it over to Ellen. I unmuted you, Ellen, so you can go for it.
Okay, good morning, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. I'm not seeing very many coffee mugs, but I'm definitely drinking coffee. So let's see, a little bit about me. Oh, good. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And if you weren't able to come on live and you're watching the recording, we so appreciate you giving us half an hour of your day. Let's see, on a personal note, I have 3 teenage kids. One of them just graduated high school. I'm married to my second husband, and I'm a dog lover and an artist. And so on the dog loving note, we're actually dog sitting our pastor's dog. So I don't know what's going to happen on this presentation. Hopefully my household will be quiet behind me when I'm not muted. Okay, but a little bit about me and this business. Similar to Holly's story, I needed a life raft. Financially, we were down and out and struggling, and I would pray to God for help and for relief and for a way out. And I really believe that this opportunity in this company was his answer to my prayers. And this 4th of July, so just a few days ago, marks my 4-year anniversary as a coach. And in that 4 years, I'm similar, like I'm tracking in Holly's footsteps. She's been around for longer, but I've been able to really create a life that I didn't dream possible for myself and my family. And we are out of debt, and I'm in the best shape physically of my life and financially. So I've entered my 40s recently, and it feels good to be entering your 40s in the best shape of your life. I was a college athlete, so to be able to feel like that in my 40s is pretty awesome. So that's just a little bit about me. This company's been total blessing, and it's like a burden to share it. So it's a burden on my heart to share it in the hopes that maybe I'll find someone, and we do find people that are like us that really, really need something like this in their lives.
Thank you so much, Ellen. All right, let's turn it over to Chelsea.
Hi, good morning. I love hearing everyone's stories. I've heard them several times, obviously, but so inspiring. My name is Chelsea. I live in Sacramento, California. I'm a wife and a mom to an almost 2-year-old little girl. And I became a coach back in 2011. I was working full-time in real estate, 50 plus hours a week. And I just wasn't fulfilled and wasn't happy, knew there was something more I wanted to be doing. And at the time, we wanted to start a family. And I knew that working at that particular job, that was not a job that I could have flexibility to be at home with my daughter. So I knew I wanted to make a change, but I just didn't, at the time, I didn't know how. And when I first heard about coaching, I talked myself out of it. I was hesitant. I was totally skeptical. I thought I have no fitness background. I don't have background in nutrition. I'm not in the best shape right now. I have no sales experience. I don't want to be in sales. So I was really hesitant, but I was meeting a lot of other women who they were happy, they were positive, they were motivating, they had strong marriages, they were having fun, and they were healthy, and they were super fit. And I thought, why not me? Why couldn't I do this? Why couldn't I have these things? So I jumped right into coaching, and it's been such an incredible gift in our lives. So for me, what started out as just a hobby has really turned into a lifelong career for me.
Thank you so much. And can you give us a little bit of a breakdown of what coaches do?
Yeah, absolutely. So as coaches, not only do we help people with their health and fitness, but a big part of what we do is we offer support and accountability. So it's not just the health, fitness, and nutrition. We hold their hands. We support them. We hold them accountable. We're helping others become their best while we're working on ourselves. And so as a coach, you don't have to be what I thought. You don't have to be a fitness expert, a nutrition expert. You don't have to be at your goal body. You don't have to be a salesperson. We're simply sharing how people can change their lives and achieve their goals. So as coaches, we're committed to being proof that the product works. Drinking Shakeology, we're working out, we're doing the programs with them. We're improving, we're developing ourselves. And the other great thing about this business is that you can really do Beachbody, you can do coaching while you're out and about. It's really easy to fit into your life. And most of us build our businesses online, on Facebook, on Instagram, social media, or in person. So it's really all about sharing your passion, sharing your journey, attracting others, and inviting them to join you.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Next, we have Sally. Sally's going to talk about all the training and everything that we have available with our team.
Hey, well, thank you. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was still muted. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about like the training and the support and a little bit about the history of Beachbody, just so that you know. So the evolution of Beachbody. So it was founded by John Condon and Carl Deichler in 1998. And really it started with if you remember way back in that time, there was infomercials all over the place. Like these infomercials started to be really hot, and especially infomercials of like, lose weight, use this, use that. And there's so many gizmos and gadgets, like, the Thigh Master. I might be dating myself, but yeah, I remember those. And, like lose weight quick and all this stuff. So P90X is what came out, and that was our first fitness program through Beachbody. And what happened with P90X is, Tony Horton, the creator of P90X, said, you know what, this works if you put in the work. If you eat healthy and you work out and you stick to the plan, this is going to work. Well, what happened is people bought the program and it was actually working for them. So they were emailing, we didn't have social media back then. They were emailing and calling John and Carl, and, they both were just slammed with all these people saying, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. I'm losing weight. This is what's happening. Or they had questions about their nutrition, or they had questions about different exercises, things like that. And they just got to the point where they're like scratching their heads going, we can't handle all this work. So what are we going to do? Well, why don't we just start inviting other people that are doing this to help each other be accountable and stay motivated and reach goals. So that happened for a little while. And then again, scratching their heads, they decided, you know what, why don't we pay these people to host groups and help people through their fitness and health journeys. So I want to tell you that when it started with P90X, right before that, we were already a $400 million business before this whole network thing started. What the network means is when John and Carl decided to add people and name us coaches or accountability partners or whatever, it was already created. And so then once we started adding the coaches to our team, or to the team of Beachbody, Team Beachbody, it just all made sense. And it was something that we already do, right? So like, we already share what works with our neighbors, with our friends, with our family. If we buy the newest water bottle that works the best because of the mouthpiece, I don't know, just silly things like that, or the best dish soap, whatever. We're always sharing, and we're always marketing, and we're always inviting people to whatever we love and whatever works for us. So that's how the coaching business opportunity became, that's where it started. So it started with P90X, and then from there we went to Turbo Kick or Turbo Jam and Turbo Kick and Insanity. And of course, there's so many more. 21 Day Fix now is super awesome. So, but with that, I want to talk to you about the training. You're not alone. So you become this business owner, and yes, this is your own business. This is yours, nobody else's, but you're never working alone. You're surrounded by this family of loving, caring people that are on the same journey as you, whether you're already fit, trying to get fitter, or you're trying to lose 5 pounds or 100 pounds. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you have the heart to help someone, and that's where it all starts. That's where it begins. So the training, we plug you into our training and get you started. We equip you from ground zero. We take your hand and we teach you how to invite to challenge groups or accountability groups. We teach you how to invite people to your groups. We teach you how to share your story. We take your hand and we guide you to plug yourself and plug your friends, your family, your new coaches, your new participants in your challenge groups. We plug them in to how to start. We plug you in on how to start your business. We take your hand and we guide you to that. So it's your business. You're not alone. We hold your hand and walk you to it. And as long as you have that deep-rooted reason why you're doing this and why you want this for yourself and for your life, everything else is cake after that. You will be successful no matter what. So really quick on the live events that we have. So you get to meet everybody, and you're not always just, like Chelsea said, we do use social media quite a bit to invite and to run our groups and to run our business. But being face-to-face is totally something super awesome that allows us to grow our business even more. So yearly we have a convention, and it's called Summit. And this year it's in Nashville, super fun. And there's about 25,000 coaches, if I'm not mistaken, that go to this thing. So you get to meet everybody that you're surrounded with, like all these like-minded, healthy people that just really allow us to grow and just be more than average, like I said earlier. We also have a quarterly event, which is called Super Saturday. And those are usually held in your city, somewhere near from where you live. And what we do there is we learn about all the new programs or events that are happening in our business. Also, just for our team, we have another yearly meeting where it's directed at our team with a lot of tools and learning on business and just new ways to run our business. And it's called Platinum Edge. That is run by Christine Dwyer, and who is one of our head coaches, and it's super fun. We get to meet the rest of our team face to face, and I hope that if this is for you, you reach out to one of us and we can show you the way. We'd love to take your hand and lead you the right direction.
Sweet. Thank you so much. I'm going to pass the baton over to Ellen, who's going to talk about the benefits.
Okay, I'm going to talk really fast about some of my favorite benefits about this opportunity. One is that we get to set our own hours. I mean, what we're doing right here, this is hardly corporate America. We're sitting here in the morning drinking coffee together. So I really love being able to be my own boss, set my own hours. If I'm a night owl, I can work at night. If you're a morning bird, you can get up and get your power hour of working the business in early. You can wear sweatpants if you want. I was formerly in a job that I was able to give up because of this opportunity, where I could take all my time and talent and apply myself fully to being a great employee. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I was putting money in the owner of the company's pocket. And it's just a wonderful feeling to be able to work for myself, for my family, for our pocketbook. Kind of like Holly mentioned in her intro, that if you give it 110%, you get 110% back. And that's not true in corporate America. When you give 110%, you're giving it to the person you work for. So I love that about being able to set my own hours. And I love that, and similarly, you can work in a little amount of time, also like Holly said, and build an entire business on the side. And for some people, for many that are on part of my organization, for many, not all, they have a goal of one day being able to do what I've done, do what Holly's done, do what some of these ladies have done, and some of them have already done it, and step away from the job that they were in and be able to then do this full time or part time for full time income. So let's see, we're able to create a passive or residual income so that we can get to a place where we could stop, quote unquote, working our home business and still make income, and in fact see income continue to grow. That's not the way I operate. That's not the way Holly operates, because we want to continue to pay it forward. I actually love doing what I'm doing. I love helping people with our products and programs. So, but one of the benefits is that we're able to build a true business and source of income for ourselves on the side. So it takes very small, very consistent behaviors for a long period of time to grow this thing. Let's see, some of the people that are attracted to this opportunity kind of fall into these categories in my mind. One being they genuinely just want to help other people. Maybe they already use our products or programs, love them, they're sold, they believe in our products and programs, they've had results, and they want to help others experience the same thing. Another is people that were like me that maybe this is like you, maybe you've never even tried Shakeology, maybe you've never done one of our home workout programs. That was me, and I was looking for a way to build income. And I just happened to really love health and fitness, and I love people, so it was a good fit. So some people are drawn to us because of the income opportunity, some because of the already inherent belief in the product, and some people just to become part of this culture that we are, this culture of people that are trying to better themselves from the inside out. We actually focus a lot on doing personal development, not just building up our bodies externally, but who we are on the inside. And some people, there's a combination of those three things that draws them to this opportunity. But I guess I'm going to hand it back over, but the broad strokes of some of the benefits are you get to work for you. The sky's the limit. There's lots of different reasons people are drawn to this opportunity and lots of different people that it is the right solution for.
Thank you so much, Ellen. I love hearing you talk. You're such a great presenter, so thank you for sharing that. And I get to talk to you a little bit about how to earn. So how in the heck do you actually make money doing this thing? And I know this is a lot of information to kind of throw at you all at once. And just like Sally said earlier, everything you need to know, we are going to teach you as we go. So we will train you. It's like you don't show up to college on your first day and know every single thing that you need to know about every course that you're going to take throughout your college education. And this is a profession that you're choosing. Of course, if you want to make substantial income doing this, you can, but you're not going to know everything before you actually get on the road and get into the business, because that's where we really get into the nitty-gritty. That's where we give you the on-the-job training, and we will literally hold your hand and teach you exactly what you need to know when you need to know it. So please know that going into this. How to make money. Everything that we're giving you is very introductory information, but there are basically two main ways that you earn an income as a Beachbody coach. The first one, of course, is commissions, right? And everybody's afraid of this word sales, but I'll be straight up with you. If you're married, you sold somebody on that idea. If you have a best friend, you sold someone on that idea. If you've ever recommended a movie to somebody and they actually went and saw it, then you sold them on that. So let's just really quickly go over that, because it's every single business survives on sales. There's no way that you can survive without it. However, we will teach you how to do it so people don't run from you when they see you in the street. And we will teach you how to do it so that it doesn't feel weird or icky to you. I don't want to be a car salesperson. I don't want to be a quote unquote salesperson, but I do want to genuinely help people by recommending the things that work for me. And I feel like I we've had such a tremendous benefit to my entire family from both the business opportunity of Beachbody and the products, and also Shakeology health-wise. I feel like I would be doing people a disservice if I didn't share that with them. And so that's ultimately what we would like to help you to develop for yourself. We know that some of that is going to come with a little bit of time and practice. All right. So of course, that's the first way that you can earn an income, is through sales. You make 25% of anything that you sell, whether it's a $5 product or a $300 product. You will always make 25%. There's no quotas that you have to hit before you start earning an income. I know a lot of network marketing companies are set up that way, that you have to sell a minimum of $500 a month before you make an income. We don't do that. If you make a very small sale, you are going to get a portion of that, okay? The other way that you are going to earn an income as a Beachbody coach is you will do that with what we call a team cycle bonus. You don't need to remember that, but what you do need to remember is the concept of residual income. All right. So here's in a nutshell what residual income is. Imagine, or if you can think of an artist that creates a song, right? They spend so much time and energy and effort developing that song, writing the song, getting all the instruments down. Then they have to practice with the band, and then they have to record it, and then they have to fine tune it, and they go through this entire process, which could take a year, even years, all on the back end without making any money. But then all of a sudden, when that final product is finally out there, they don't have to do a thing. Every single time someone purchases that song, they're going to get a kickback, or they're going to get what's called a residual income. This business, the reason that it works is because you are able to create for yourself a residual income. I worked harder in my first 2 years as a Beachbody coach than I have in the last 6 years, probably all put together, because I laid the groundwork and the foundation of being a coach. Now, I haven't stopped working my business completely, but I will tell you, it's that first couple years is probably the most challenging, because you're learning. It's like your first couple years of college, like you're trying to get the hang of it. Where are the bathrooms? All that stuff, right? On the job training people. But once you get those basics down, which usually only takes, you can stick with it for a solid year and just really be committed, even if it's just an hour a day for a solid year, then within that year, you will totally have all the basics down, and you're going to know everything that you need to know in order to keep that business running, right? But it's always the start that stops us. So I want to encourage you to just commit to that first year of just giving it a shot. All right. So that's how residual income works. You're going to put in, it's going to seem like you're putting in a lot of time, even if it's just an hour a day, for a little bit of income. But then it starts to increase and increase and increase and increase. And all of a sudden, you're putting in a little bit amount of time for a lot of income. You know, like I said, I had a wonderful job. I made good money. But by the time I quit my job, or within 4 years time of having my Beachbody business, I was already making 6 times, working 10 hours a week, what I was working at my 60-hour-a-week job. So just put that into perspective for a minute. So I was still working the same amount of hours, still 10 hours a week, but my earnings were much, much higher. So you're putting in a little bit of time for a lot of earnings on the end. So that's how residual income works, and that's how network marketing is intended to be. If you lay the groundwork and the foundation in the beginning, and you work your tushy off for those first couple years, I don't want to say you can glide, but it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier going on. And then, of course, you're making residual income, and you're able to take a month off if you need to. Or like I said, I just had a baby 7 weeks ago. Do you think I'm working a lot? No, I'm not even sleeping right now. Like, sleep is more important than anything at this point in my life. So but I'm able to do that and not have to stress. Because more than likely, this is what you have right now. More than likely, you have a job where you aren't able to take a day off without losing that income, right? So right now, everything that you do at your current job or career, you are trading hours for dollars. If you decide to take a vacation, even if you have paid vacation, you can only take so much a year. You don't get to decide what that is. You don't get to decide how much you give yourself a raise every single year. My first 4 years in network marketing, we increased 300% every single year, the first 4 years. Crazy. Well, can you even imagine what job is going to give you a 300% earning increase every single year, right? So just think about that, because right now you have a ceiling. You have how much you could potentially make. And, I love Chalene Johnson. She's fantastic. Brett Johnson, but they kept coming to me and saying, why do you still work for us? I said, because I love you guys. And so it took me a while to give up that job because I loved it. But in all honesty, she knew, she's like, we can't even come close to paying you what you're making as a Beachbody coach. I'm like, I know, but I like the environment and I don't need to work my business full time. It's a very part-time thing. So what am I going to do with the rest of my time? So when I finally did resign from that position, I decided to have kids. So I have to fill up the rest of my time with children. So that's what I do now. But that's what we do is right now, what you're probably doing is you're trading time for dollars. In addition to that, do you have a retirement? Do you have college funds for your kids? Since we have quote unquote retired our full-time jobs, we have retirement for both of us. We have, life insurance. We have college funds for our kids, and our kids are 2 and 7 weeks. All those things are set in motion and set in place because of this business. Most people can't say that when they're working at the age of 50 or even 60 years old. And it's because of this business, 100%. It's not magic. It's not like if you purchase T25 or 21-day fix and you sit it on the shelf, you're not going to magically lose weight. Just like if you become a Beachbody coach, you ain't going to magically become rich or financially independent or just get out of debt. Like it doesn't work like that, people. Like, you actually have to work in order to make it work. But I will tell you, working hard for 10 hours a week is a lot easier than working at something that isn't going to give you a retirement and give you more time with your family 40, 50 hours a week. Just think about it. Think about what you are willing to give up. Maybe it's television, an hour of television a day. Maybe it's girls' night. Think about what can you give up in order to make this sacrifice, in order to push yourself forward so that you can become a Beachbody coach. And it's not just about being a Beachbody coach, people. This is about, what is your plan B for your life? How can you earn enough to set yourself up for life so you can vacation when you want, and you can take time off when you want? So what's your plan B? If you don't have an answer to that question, then I'm going to say you have to do this. And, so let's talk about how to get started. And this is the part that sometimes trips people up a little bit. And I'll be honest with you, because if you live paycheck to paycheck like I did, or even less, I lived on less than paycheck to paycheck, then what I say to you about how much it costs to invest to get this business started might be scary, because $100 probably sounds like a lot of money to you. But I'm going to tell you this. If you don't have $100 to spare right now, then you have no choice but to do this business. Because what are you doing up until this point with your life where you can't spend $100 on something, or $200, or even $500 or $1,000 of just, yes, here you go. So that's what this business brings. When I started in this business, I was having trouble paying for food, y'all. So this business will allow you to do the things that you want to do with a very minimal investment. And that investment breaks down to about $4 per day. And you are consuming most of that. So the best way to get started, I'm going to say, is to reach out to the person who invited you. They will get you started with the best package that suits you best. And we just can't wait to hear from you, because to be honest with you, this has been so fulfilling to us. So we want to help you. And like I said before, we're not successful unless you're successful. So we don't have time for questions, but reach out right away to the person who invited you to watch this, and we'll get you started. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Sally, Chelsea, Ellen. You guys are awesome. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.